Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We're back, episode 167 of Splashcast, our final segment, the NBA segment, basketball segment. Got a few things we're going to talk about today. College basketball first. Shout out to the University of Tennessee fans. It's good that you guys got some goodwill after that ass kicking y'all took this weekend in football. Tennessee fans have donated thousands of dollars to Montana guard Money Williams. Thousands of dollars to Money Williams after watching him score 30 points and also learning he is taking care of his younger siblings following the loss of both of his parents. The goal was to raise $150,000, and I believe he is well past that now.
Jeez, yeah, I look at $121,000 raise. That's dope. I love when the Bills Mafia does that. But yeah, I can only imagine what that does for his whole family situation, life situation. I'm glad that if you participate in sports, stuff like this still happens. This is great.
Yeah. Basically, he received the news that his father passed away. Then less than a year later, they lost their mother when she unexpectedly passed away last month, leaving Money and his older sister Monet to care for their three siblings.
Yeah, they really and it's like it's a bunch of people. $10, $20, $50, 132,000 raised. That's dope.
See what happens when we all unite and just support each other.
Somebody hit him with the 10K boy. That's beautiful.
The
anonymous 10K at that.
Oh, I respect that even more.
Yeah, that's the real love.
NBA news. Still early in the season, but shout out to Inside the NBA is going nowhere. After Turner Broadcasting
I'm glad they fixed this, yo.
sued the NBA, saying that they should have had a right to match any offer made by Amazon and all those other streaming platforms. They have come to an agreement that Inside the NBA will be licensed to ESPN and ABC starting next season. Meaning TNT still gets their money. NBA TV is still on. NBA is still on. Inside NBA is still on TV.
This is the best case scenario. I don't think that they be killing my boy Vince with that, but I don't think that they wanted to ruin this.
Come on,
because it's so good. This is everybody's favorite, and if you just were the demise, and you probably what's the chances of you having something even close enough to this to be okay?
Nobody. There's because and the way that Inside the NBA and TNT position themselves are bringing on Draymond to learn from Chuck, bringing on Candace Parker, and bringing on Jamal Crawford. Like, they have a pipeline, and now you tried to freeze out the pipeline, and you tried.
And you're also looking at like the guys who they also have so much respect. So you don't want to be the replacement. This is like replacing Tom Brady. Like, I don't really want to do this. This might not be good for my career. I might get here and it not go away, and then they be like, "Oh, you remember the guy who ruined it, right? You remember the replacement? He was terrible."
Yeah, because you definitely will be compared to all three, and they do so much in the community. Like you're right. This is a lose-lose situation. This is a Florida football weekend. So, shout out to the NBA. Shout out to the NBA coming back. The big news from the weekend: De'Aaron Fox has 109 points in 24 hours. Which breaks the record by DeMarcus Cousins, ironically. He scored 60 one night and 49 the next night, and he most points in a 2-game span in Kings franchise history.
Congratulations. Also hold that L tonight from the Hawks. I'm glad you did not show up like that tonight. What did he have here?
L's. He had a whole lot of L's. I don't think he scored that much tonight.
28 points, though.
Yeah, well, yeah.
11, 23, and 28 points. Yep. 7 assists,
28 points on
rebounds.
23 shots. That ain't the greatest.
Yo, Keon Ellis. Jesus.
So we already did the live update before the Hawks won. They came back. I have been upset with the Hawks, but I did not realize that I keep forgetting that everybody's hurt. Like our entire bench is hurt. The entire bench. So we should be getting some of them back. But the steal. Well, two things. First off, Trae Young is the first player in Hawks franchise history to reach 4,000 assists. Shout out to Trae. He's actually playing a little bit better, although he relapsed against Detroit. But he's playing a little bit better. He's a little bit more mature. So shout out to Trae. First one, 4,000 points. But that's not even the story of the team.
Wait. Hold on. 19 assists tonight. Did not shoot great from the field, 1 of 7, but 19 assists and 5 turnovers.
That's what we wanted. That's all we've been saying for 2 years. If you can't impact the game with your scoring, 19 assists makes you crazy. That makes I guarantee you tomorrow he's gonna score 30 because nobody can stop him because you have to guard the pass. That's all we wanted. I'm glad he's grown. I'm glad he's growing. I ain't gonna say he's grown.
Yes. Yeah. Now, this is where it gets kind of scarier because now you gotta kind of win. He's playing more mature basketball. And as long as you didn't win when he was immature, well, it's like, oh, well, he's just doing wild stuff. Trae Young doesn't take a lot of wild Trae Young shots anymore. Most games, I see it mostly down to 2 or 3. He's passing the ball a lot more now. But now it's like, hey, we got to be able to win like this. If we can't win and you're playing ideal basketball, I think the Hawks are going to have to make a decision to go in a different direction.
They ain't going no different direction. They committed to him. But Dyson Daniels probably is
because you got to remember, his contract extension is coming too.
Yeah. Dyson Daniels over the last 4 games is the steal of the trade between DeJounte Murray. Now, I'm sure DeJounte will end up panning out with New Orleans once he comes back from a broken hand. But over the last 4 games, this last week, Dyson Daniels averaged around 20 points, 6 steals, and about 5 rebounds. 4 rebounds. And
if he plays like
4 assists,
then
this is scary.
Then we won the trade. Now, I don't know how sustainable this is. He had a more reasonable game tonight, which for him is still really good. I think he had like 14 and 4 or something like that. What did he have here? 14 points, 4 blocks, 4 assists, 8 rebounds.
4 blocks.
If he's gonna play like now that's one thing we're gonna do now because our team is just longer and taller. We're gonna be and Reese say he blocks enough shots. Dyson, most of the guys who we have playing against people now, instead of where they were smaller, outside of Trae, at most positions we are either equal sized or bigger, especially the 2 and the 3.
Yeah. So he is Defensive Player of the Year and Most Improved Player candidate.
I think he has to be in the lead for Defensive Player of the Year at this point. He has like his blocks and deflections.
I think he has on offense what I would like to see him improve. He has those Jalen Johnson, Kobe Buffkin lapses. So when Jalen Johnson was a rookie, he would flash, but then he would have a lapse on offense. Same thing with Dyson Daniels will play well. His shot has to get better, but that's fine because Trae's going to get him a shot to be open. But he'll make a bad pass. He'll dribble himself up under the basket and then try to like jump around and do it. Like he gets above his skis, but you can't really get mad because when he's nice, he's nice. Like he defensively and offensively, he's a problem. He can get downhill, and he's 6'5".
Couple things. He's 21 years old. This is the first year where he's been asked to be a like legitimate starter and get a lot of shots. He did really well in the game where Trae was out. He was basically our point guard. And between his blocks, steals, and deflections, he changes everything. He's been the point of attack defender that we wanted out of DeJounte. He's playing very well right now. Like he's playing enough to where you're like, if he can play like this, then we just whooped New Orleans in a trade. But I don't know how sustainable this is.
I don't think it's sustainable, but I think not offensively. I think defensively, because offensive numbers are gonna fall because Bogey comes back, Buffkin comes back, Hunter comes back, Veet is back. Although Veet is a pass first guy.
But right now, I mean, Trae seems to be deferring a little bit, which is kind of wild. But Dyson's getting up all the shots that he wants, like
because you can't guard him.
14 shots a night, 17 shots the night before, 14 shots the night before. He's shooting it. He's getting the hey if you want to shoot it. Him and Reese Shea, shoot every shot you want to shoot, honestly.
Which is
and Trae's not doing that, but I guess we all can't do that, and it's time for these other guys to develop and shoot.
Well, he's also getting DeAndre Hunter shots. He's getting Bogey shots. He's going to be on the floor with Bogey eventually. Like he's getting all of those shots. So I think his numbers are going to fall offensively just because he's going to go from 17 shots to 10. But at the same time, he's playing against the third best defender. Maximum. Because you got Trae and then Jalen Johnson is another most improved candidate of the year. Most improved player candidate.
But I don't think that the Bogey and the Hunter thing is going to overlap. I think they're going to leave them on the bench. And they're going to say, hey, when y'all get out there, you kind of need to score all of the points, but this is your opportunity to shoot it. Kobe is going to shoot whatever he's going to shoot, but he's going to defer to Bogey and Hunter. And Bogey and Hunter on that bench, that's a very good place for them to play where they're probably playing against guys that they're better than.
It could work. It definitely could work. Before we get out of here, hey, mentioning of Terry McLaurin and me comparing him to Donovan Mitchell, the Cavs are 15-0, 16-0.
15-0.
Donovan Mitchell came out scorching this year. I don't believe in him. I think this is the Hawks from back in the day, the Jeff Teague Hawks.
Hell no. No. Every player on this team is better than that team.
But it don't matter. My point is that they're going to do all of this and then lose in the first or second round. In my opinion, this is what I think is going to happen.
I think they are, like, that part is bad. The expectation after starting 15-0 is going to loom over your head for the rest of this season. But I will say this is also doing a lot of your work early. It's a lot of teams, they're going to have to do a lot of work late where you already did all of your homework. I mean, you're 15-0. That means we're almost through the first quarter of the season and you haven't lost a game yet.
Yeah. I mean, and the fact that the Sixers are 2-10 and hurt,
exactly.
The Bucks are 4-9 and hurt. Orlando is hurt. The Hawks, we don't really believe in them. I think they're one of two teams that are over 500 in the East. So I mean, I might be wrong. They may have a cakewalk.
There are four teams that are over 500 in the East. Cavs 15-0. Celtics 11-3, Magic impressive 9-6. Franz has been picking up, and then the Knicks are 8-6, and then the Hawks, we're in fifth place at 7-8. But what the Heat are doing, and what the Sixers are doing, what the Bucks are doing, is you letting teams like Atlanta be hurt. and still stick around the middle of the pack. If Atlanta gets healthy, they could be a problem. And they're going to be a team that's going to, you're going to face a lot of these teams that are healthy and ahead of you in the standings, and they're going to want to beat you.
Yeah. I agree. I don't. I. That's
2-11,
why I didn't.
2-11 for the 76ers is bad.
That's why I didn't put any stock into. Now the Sixers and the Bucks thing is bad because they're hinging on players that are injury prone. So you're hinging on Joel Embiid and Paul George to get healthy, and who already said they're not playing back to backs. So that means when you have a back to back, that one gonna have to play one game, one gonna have to play another, which defeats the purpose of having both of them on the team. I think that's gonna hurt. I think the Bucks battling injuries. We don't know what's wrong with Chris Middleton's ankles. I feel like they done cut him off. He ain't got no
He
ankles.
been hurt for so long. He been hurt for about 3 years, ain't it?
Yes, since they made it to the finals, he's been hurt every year since then. Had that game freaking 6 against the Hawks.
No timetable.
No. And then New York may have jumped the gun with this cat trade. We don't know. But they're not as formidable as we thought they were. And then, I mean, the East, New Jersey's not good. Charlotte is Charlotte. Miami is trying to figure out what they're going to do. Jimmy's not really happy. So, I mean, it's the East is kind of the Washington Wizards. I mean, the East is kind of wide open.
That's the reason that it's really good for Cleveland to have to start out like this. And that's the reason it's really bad on the Sixers.
Oh, and the Celtics, of course. My bad. Yeah.
You letting people who are way worse than you put a lot of space between you and them. You're gonna have to go on. They're gonna have to go on like some runs. You're gonna have to reel off 5 or 6 games a few times. That ain't easy for nobody.
No, especially when you're in a division with Boston.
Not my problem.
But, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of episode 167 of the Splash Cast Monday Night Raw. We talked about our HBCU news around the culture, did the pregame, and we also did our football segments. And we had a guest appearance, audio appearance by our executive producer. And then we did, we rounded it off with NBA news around the league. In order, if we ain't miss anything, take us out.
Hey, thank you guys for rocking with us to the wee hours of the morning through another wonderful Monday Night Raw as I attempt to recover from Afrotech. With that being said, number one, more Black baseball embrace. Please get it right. Number 2, more Black cowboys and cowgirls. Number 3, and by far the most important, historically Black college university you went to, your cousin went to, that person who used to sit in the back of your church, and y'all laugh at Kiki. Send some money to that HBCU, the HBCU in your neighborhood, the one you go to for homecoming, step shows, just to be around your people. Send some money over there. And then finally, the greatest learning institution in all the world, the Hampton University. We ask for $18.68 on behalf of the year the university was founded. Outside of that, God is love. Adios, mi amigos. Until next time, we out.
Peace. We out of here. Love y'all.
Wait, hold on. So what should they do? Like, follow, subscribe. Thank you, my friend. We in for it.